Hey magnets! Welcome back to another unboxing here on Techmagnet, and today I'm super excited because today we have here the first Samsung Galaxy Note 7 replica from China. So just a little disclaimer, this is not a real Samsung Galaxy Note 7 and it does not represent Samsung's build quality in any way. Even though it maybe has the logos on there, so this is just a cheap Chinese replica and the hardware inside is totally different. Alright guys, so this phone is called the HTC Space Note 7 Pro. I have no idea what's pro about that smartphone because the specs are actually more low end and it retails for $155 USD on fastcontact.com. So the price for a Chinese replica is actually not really low, so price is pretty high, just like a lower end smartphone from China, but for $155 USD you can also get some pretty decent brand phones like Qbots or even some lower Xiaomi phones. Okay, so as you can see, the phone comes in a very neutral blue box, and this is one reason, customs. So I'm based in Europe, so in Austria, and the customs here is very strict. So if they see there's a Samsung logo on there, then they check it and they see basically on the paper with the package that it's worth like $100. And customs, they're not stupid, so then they check it if it's a real or fake one. And if they see there's a Samsung logo on there, then yeah, it's pretty bad because then they think it's a replica, they do some more checks, and replicas are actually not really allowed. So once I got an iPhone replica destroyed, money is gone and the phone is gone. This is why, for instance, Fastcontact and some other shops ship it in this package. But there are also some shops on Alibaba or wherever where they ship it with the real package. So you should be really careful. Some clones can also come in the full real retail package. If you check this out on eBay and it looks kind of different, then probably don't buy it because it could be a replica. So if you're searching for a real one. So I would say now, let's get directly started. Let's have a closer look at the smartphone and let's do the unboxing. Alright, so there we go. Here's the package. As you can see, it just says here Smart Android on there. And also here on the back side, it's just blank. There are no specs. There is no manufacturer on there. So now let's open it up and let's see what we can find inside. And I have to be honest with you guys, I unpacked it earlier to take some close-ups while it's brand new because I was so super excited and I dropped it and it has a little cut, but yeah, let's check it out. So it came well protected in this air buffer here, and in there we have also a protection sleeve, and here we have the smartphone. First of all, it came with a screen protector and all that, and the Samsung logo was also covered. And as you can see here in the right bottom corner, so I dropped it from around 30 centimeters and it's a pretty heavy smartphone, so if you drop it then it will definitely just crack the screen or the glass at least. And here in the corner I have now a little crack, but it's still okay. At the top we have the Samsung logo, and when I took it out of the package, the logo was covered by some kind of paint layer and I had to scratch this off, and under there you can see the logo. Now it looks a little bit different also here on the back side. Basically the logo here was covered by this sticker here, and also here at the bottom we have something to cover up here, but there are no IMEI numbers on the fake one. So if you see fakes online on eBay, then check if they have here the C certification and a valid IMEI number. Alright, so this is how it looks like. Now the backside, first of all, fingerprint magnet, and it's plastic, so you definitely notice a difference when you have it in your hands, even though it maybe looks at the first look like a Note 7. Now the front side looks very different, but we'll have a closer look at that in a second. First of all, I want to show you the accessories because this is really funny. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, the package looks very cheap. We open it up and here inside we have the USB cable. And this was the funniest part ever. I had a lot of Note 5 clones, S6 clones, and they came with exactly the same accessories. So those outdated old Samsung replica accessories. And here, this phone comes with a micro USB cable. Alright, so we all know, Note 7 here, USB Type-C. So, what the hell? Something is wrong. They do not even include the right accessories. I'm not really sure if they actually did it because they wanted to kind of scam me or if they just put in the wrong accessories. I have no idea. But yeah, this is pretty bad if you end up with a cable which you can't use. Alright, so here we have the charger. And the charger, you can also see that the charger is fake very easily. I mean, it looks pretty good, it's still wrapped in plastic, but if you check out the font on the charger, then it looks totally different. It is not as black, and the font looks different, a little bit pixelated, and also the Samsung logo here at the top looks a little bit different. The USB port is usually not straight in, and it's just a normal charger, so 5 volts, 1 amp, even though it says here 10 watts, so don't believe that. Alright, that's the charger, has also a QR code, which is, printed so strange that you can't even scan it. And here we have a headset. It's the old J5 headset, and you get that also on a lot of other clones. It sounds not too bad, but there is almost no bass, so it sounds very flat. I don't even want to unpack this because I'm not going to use it at all. Alright guys, so here we now have the smartphone, and I would say let's have a closer look. And there we go. As you can see, it's the golden version. I'm not really sure if there are already different versions. So far I've only seen online the golden version. And at the first look you can see it looks kind of different here at the top, like way too many holes. This is because the light and proximity sensor here is not covered by the paint. And the bad thing is that you can see it now at the first look that there is something wrong with the device. Alright, so also it looks like it would have an edge screen, so at least a little bit, but when we turn it on you will see it looks kind of different than that. Okay, if we check out here the back side, you can see here the Samsung logo, but as I've told you, here the information is missing. The back side is also, some kind of plastic cover. Feels not too bad at all, so the build quality is really not too bad. And it's also rounded here on the edges, so a nice feeling in my hands. But still the quality is far away from the real one. Samsung logo here heart rate scanner, and you can also see that the LED flash has a kind of different color. The camera sticks a little bit out, and what you always can see on those fake replicas, the lens is way smaller. So on Samsung devices you have a big lens to catch as much light as possible, but here on those ones the camera is really not too good at all, and you can definitely see a huge difference if you check out the lens. Okay, so looks not too bad here from the back side. The frame is made out of metal, so we have here a really nice metal frame here with the power button, and the power button is not loose on this one, so very stiff. That's something I like. On the other side we have the volume rockers sliding a little bit up and down, so this is far away from the quality of the real one. Now here at the bottom of the frame we have the Type-C port, we have the bottom microphone here, and here a 3.5mm headphone jack, here the speaker, and here the S Pen. We'll have a look at the S Pen in a second because this is also really different. Now the speaker does not sound as good as the real one. 3.5mm headphone jack output is okay, no distortion. And the Type-C port is just basically a Type-C form factor, nothing more than that. The top features here a micro SD card slot with a micro SIM card slot, a nano SIM card slot. And it's a dual slot, it works as good as on the real one. And here at the top we have a hole in the frame. This claims to be another microphone, but this is just a hole and does nothing. So there's no secondary microphone. Okay, so that's it. Now let's have a closer look here at the front side. And here at the bottom we have the home button, and the home button has a fake fingerprint scanner which is not working on this unit, not sure why. Then here we have the buttons, so capacitive touch buttons. And they are working fine, there is no lag, but the backlight on them is really bad. Now I'll quickly turn it on for you guys so that you can see it. And I've checked out several videos on the HDC Space 7 Pro, and the bad thing is that it takes very long to boot. So I did hit the power button right now, I think there's already some screen backlight, but it takes like a minute to boot up. So there we go, let's quickly boot it up, or quickly. At the top here, let's check this out. We have here the notification LED. As you can see here we have the boot animation. On the real one it would be white. Here we have the old black boot animation and boot logo. So this looks also kind of different. Then here we have the fake iris scanner. This is just an LED which lights up. And the front-facing camera uses face detection to unlock. It works absolutely not if it's dark and everybody can unlock your phone. I will show you that later. It's really ridiculous. Here we have the earpiece. Sound quality and call quality is not too bad at all. And here we have the front-facing camera, and the front-facing camera, well, the quality you will see just in a second when we do a quick test. Okay, so let's swipe to unlock. Oh man, this is a little bit laggy here. So there we go. And as you can see, the iris scanner now pops up and wants me to show into the camera, and it unlocks. But to be honest, this is just face detection. Everybody can unlock my phone. So there we go. So we're now here on the smartphone, and now you can see the screen better. On the rear one, we have basically an edge screen, but here on this one, we just have curved glass. So the curved glass is nice quality, but the screen under the curved glass, it's just a straight screen. And with that I mean, we have here a golden bezel and a black bezel, and the curved glass makes it look like the display would be curved a little bit. But nope, it's not. So it's really just a normal flat screen. Okay, so the display, as you can see, it's 720p resolution. And I have to be honest, the display resolution is okay. There was no hard LCD bleeding, and the panel is not the worst panel I've seen. Now, yeah, as you can see, it runs emulated TouchWiz, so some kind of fake UI, and it runs Android 6 Marshmallow. Then now let's swipe here a little bit around and let's check out TouchWiz. So this phone runs an MTK 6580. It's a quad-core processor, and to be honest, the phone is smooth, and as a normal main phone for my mother or something like that, she would notice a difference to her S4. But let's go here into the settings and let's check this out. Here, as you can see, this is also themed to look a little bit like TouchWiz, and we can go here to the routine management, and there we go. As you can see, this is Android 601, so this is real Marshmallow. Now, yeah, we have an MTK 6580, so the chipset supports it, but it's not a really fast chip, so you get around 22K in Antutu. And then there are wireless updates, but yeah, you can't install real software on that, so it's a whole different hardware on the inside, and this is not going to work. So people who do believe they get software updates from the real one, or can just put it on the smartphone, forget it. You will never see a software update, or maybe just some ports on XDA, but that's it, guys. Here we have Connect, and I have to say Wi-Fi works pretty good on the smartphone. So I used it now a little bit and downloaded some apps, and it finds a lot of networks here, also getting my full speed of the network, that's fine. Same for all the other connectivity features. What's really bad on those clones sometimes is the battery. And yeah, the battery, to be honest, I have no idea, it dropped really hard overnight, so I'm going to use it in the next days and then I can tell you how it really is, but to be honest, I think it's not really good. As you can see, the total storage is here 128 gigabytes. This is totally fake because it has 8 gigabytes on the internal, real 8 gigabytes. And this is basically like a multiplier. So if you have, for instance, 2 gigabytes used, it multiplies that with, I don't know, 40, and then it says 80 gigabytes used. Something like here. So I just have like 2 or 3 gigabytes left on the smartphone. But you can extend it using microSD cards if you want to. Okay, so then here we have the funny things. This is absolutely cool. Let's go here to security, and here we have the iris unlock. And first of all, I want to show you the fingerprint unlock, so I should actually put my finger on there. This is not going to do anything, so I tried everything. I think the touch sensor on the hardware button here is broken, so yeah, nothing is going to work here. We have the iris unlock, and this is a pretty funny thing, so we can go there. Iris unlock, you have to register pattern and all that, and let's continue again, and now I can register my eyes, but this is just face detection, you know. You have here an LED light which pops up, but this is just to make it look like it would actually do something. And I tried several things like showing my phone a picture. This also worked. Sometimes 2 fingers. Nope, not yet. But Flo could unlock my smartphone even though he was not registered. So this iris scanner is total crap. Then let's go here back to the settings. Maybe we can find something interesting. No, that was actually it. So all those nice features which you have, for instance, on the rear one, like also the edge gestures, which you can find here under advanced functions, like the edge screen, yeah, this did not really work for me. So if I try to swipe here, yeah, it works a little bit, so that the digitizer goes until here, but not as good like on the rear one. I mean, also the display is not curved. Then let's check out the S Pen, because this is also really funny. So if you take it out, there we go, then a menu pops up. It's a little bit hard to get it out right now. Then a menu pops up here and gives you here the usual things like action memo, smart select, screen write, and you can add shortcuts. But if you have a closer look at the S Pen, you will be surprised. The S Pen here is a full aluminum pen, and the rear one has usually a plastic tip, and you can also hover over the screen. This is not going to work because this is a cheap aluminum pen which works on most capacitive touchscreens. So you can write on there. I mean, you can use all those things. So I can also do screen write, for instance. Check this out, guys. So, yep. And you can actually draw on the screen, no issues with that, but it really feels a little bit like you would scratch over the display with the metal, with the aluminum pen. The button here is just fake, it's not going to do anything, so that's also kind of bad. As you can see, I can't trigger the menu, I can't press hard on the screen, and it's a pen that works but has absolutely no other functionalities. And actually, if you buy a Note smartphone, I think you want to use all the kind of S Pen features. And I had some older Note 2 or Note 3 clones, and they had a pretty good S Pen. But here on those cheap HDC clones, you usually get an S Pen, which is just a simple aluminum pen. Okay, that's regarding the S Pen. And we can quickly go back here to the menu. As you can see, it looks a little bit like TouchWiz. We also have here S Health, so you can use, for instance, the heart rate scanner if you want to, but to be honest, I'm not even using that on the real one. I think there are a lot of gimmick features which you also have on the real one, and they are not really worth it. So yeah, here you can see S Health crap, but to be honest, I don't use this at all. Then I installed some applications. I did run the Antutu benchmark, and this chipset is not really some performance chipset, so this is really low end. As you can see, we're getting 22,000 points. And this is in the ranking very, very far away from the real one. Okay, if we check out here the hardware info, you can see that the screen resolution is fake. This is actually 720p real. Mali 400MP GPU, which is a lower-end GPU, and here also the cameras, which we can just check out in a second. We have here also CPU-C. Luckily, the phone does not get hot. 3 GHz, this is actually fake. We have here also 128 GB, this is fake. And we also have 4 GB of RAM, and this is also fake. This phone actually comes with 2 gigs of RAM, which are real. And here you can see the temperatures were pretty okay, but there are no magnetic sensor inside. And there's also, no other sensor inside, no gyroscope. So this phone has really just the basic sensors if you check this out here in Sensor Box. So if you try to plan this for VR, that's not going to work. And usually you can also see that the magnetic sensor is fake if it shows 0 microtesla over the whole time. So yeah, that's it. Let's have a closer look now at the camera, and for that I want to quickly compare it with my camera flagship, the Sony Xperia XC. And there we go. Here on the right side we have the Sony Xperia XC, which is a camera flagship and a real high-end phone. Here on the left side we have the Galaxy Note 7 clone. It makes no sense to compare them because this is a really cheap phone and this is a high-end phone. But anyway, I just want to show you the difference. First of all, if you shake the camera, you can see it's lagging behind here. And here on the Sony Xperia, also it's very clear and doesn't distort the picture. So the shutter time is also really different. Here it takes quite a long time. Here very smooth and very fast. And yeah, we can also quickly check out the pictures. So I take a picture here, I take a picture here. Usually clones tend to be overexposed, and the white balance is sometimes also not really good, so that the colors look kind of washed out. If we zoom in here on the HTC Vive logo, and if we also do that here on my Sony Xperia, then you can see, for instance, if you zoom in, you have way more details here on the Sony, and also colors and everything looks better. So this is the main difference. First of all, colors, then pictures look sometimes a little bit grainy depending on how much light you have, and also details if you zoom in and all that. And the white balance, so the colors look way more true, for instance, because this has also an RGB color sensor and all that. But well, the camera, to be honest, at the first look, I mean, it's like on a lower budget phone and not too bad. So like, my mother would be okay with that, even though depending on where you focus, pictures are usually really overexposed. Then we can quickly switch here to the front-facing camera. So this is the view on the clone. As you can see, it really distorts the picture, and the colors, they look totally washed out. The picture here in the background should be a really nice red, and here it's just, yeah, actually really bad. Then now let's switch here to the front-facing camera on the Sony, and there we go. As you can see, really tasty red, nice skin tone, and way more wide angle. So I could even get a friend on the picture here with me, and this is usually the difference. Like, those cameras are not so wide angle like on the flagships, then as you can see, resolution, details, and the colors look kind of different. And yeah, it's not too bad, but I wouldn't use it for social media posts. This would be too low for me. 5 megapixels here on the front-facing camera in 4:3 mode, and we have here 12 megapixels on the rear camera, also in 4:3 mode. For sure it drops down if you switch to 16:9. Shutter time is okay, video resolution here, full HD, and yeah, that's it. That's the camera here. More pictures, more tests will be in the full review of this smartphone. And yes, I will definitely try to use it for some days, but I'm not really sure if it can handle my daily tasks. But anyway, as you can see right over here, the smartphone looks really a lot at the first look, and now I'll tell you quickly my first conclusion about this replica. So there we go. Alright guys, so we're now here at the end of this unboxing, and here comes my first impression or conclusion. I have to say, to be honest to you guys, as a main phone, I would not use it. As a secondary phone, if I go out to show it to people as a conversation starter, hey, look at this $100 phone, what do you think it is? Do you think it's a real one? Such things. Or as a phone for kids to play around with, yeah, it's okay. But I would not use it as a main phone. There are several reasons. First of all, the camera. Now I upload a lot of pictures and I need a very good camera. Here the camera is far away from good. The battery life, yes, this could be better. So far what I've seen on those clones now, day maximum. So also I need pretty good battery life. The other thing is actually pretty good, like the screen resolution with 720p, I mean, this is enough for me. And also the performance is quite okay. So for instance, my mother wouldn't even notice a difference. For me, yeah, some apps are crashing, this is annoying, and also those fake features are totally useless for me, iris detection. I wouldn't even use it on the real one, but here on the fake one, those are actually features I don't need. And so for $155 USD or 160, there are already some decent phones out there to get. So brand phones, unknown brands in Europe, but those phones are actually not bad at all. You can even get some decent Xiaomi smartphones for that price. All in all, yes, as I've told you, as a main phone, nope. As a secondary phone or as a phone for my kids, if I would have some, maybe. But yeah, I have to say, I think the clone is too expensive right now. So 100 to 120, I would say yes, almost 160, a bit too expensive for me. But quality on those things is getting better, but always the S Pen and such things, like if you check it out, it's an aluminum pen with no features. So if you're really looking for a Note smartphone, then nope. If you're looking for a replica that looks like a Note smartphone, yes. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. You can check it out down below in the description. There will be a full review in the next week, so I will try to use it as a main phone for a couple of days. Hopefully not too many apps are crashing, otherwise it goes directly into the trash. But yeah, stay tuned for my full review. Thanks for watching guys, have a nice day, and please subscribe to help us growing, leave a like and a comment down below, and see you very soon in the next one. Bye bye.